Hi, beautiful souls. How are you doing? This is May, and I'm back again with a question of the week. Grab yourself your favorite drink. I have my ginger tea here. This is a moment for you to get cozy, to think about some life questions, and to just get a moment for yourself, I guess. So sit down and relax, and let's contemplate the following question with me. The question of this week is, how have you been living your purpose? For a very long time, I didn't know what mine was. Like a couple of years ago, I was still working a full-time job in a corporate world. I wasn't happy there. And I was plagued by this question of how can I find more meaning in my life? How can I have a job that gives me more fulfillment? I couldn't quit my job at that moment. I couldn't just walk away. Of course, we all have financial things to take care of. And the one thing that has shifted for me, I've done three things actually, but the first thing that I did that has shifted for me was instead of saying, I have to do something, like I have no choice, I want to say, I choose to do something. This has helped me shift my entire life because it has forced me to look at all the things that I do and to ask myself, if there is something that I don't want to do, why am I doing it? Usually it was because I wanted to please someone. I wanted to look good for someone. So instead of saying, I can't do this, why am I choosing to do this? Instead of saying, I don't have another choice, I asked myself the question, why am I choosing to do this? And this has helped me to look at my different relationships and to ask myself whether something that felt draining was worth it. So little by little, I started doing more of the things that felt meaningful to me, not just the things that I love, but really felt like it meant something. And I started to steer away from the things that felt meaningless to me. I was a lot more conscious about that. I became a lot more aware about the things that my soul chooses to do. The second thing that I changed was, instead of feeling like, ugh, I have to do this again, because I chose to do it, I will do it with enthusiasm. And when you give it your all in the activities that you do, you start noticing where you shine, what actually gives you energy, what actually drains you. And because you notice what gives you energy, you will focus more on that. It could be in any job, it could be in any task that you do. There is always an aspect that you appreciate more than others. And so when I started doing that, I started to focus more on the things that I was actually good at, on the things that I noticed that had a more impact on other people. I started to do less of the things that I used to do before that actually didn't have an impact, that I actually don't manage to do with enthusiasm. That's that. And those two things alone have steered me away from how I was raised to be and more towards how I'm designed to be, what my strength is. How can I be of more usefulness to other people? How can I be more of service? In a way that is uniquely expressed by me, that is authentically expressed by the person that I am. And the third thing that has really helped me living my purpose is discovering human design, specifically the incarnation cross. The very first time that I discovered human design and learned about the incarnation cross, I did not feel connected with it at all. I didn't understand what it meant. So I have the left angle cross of wishes, which means that I just wish for something to happen, I go after it, and then I open a path for someone else. And the first time I read about it, I didn't even know what I wanted. I didn't even know where my life was going to take me. I just knew that I was not happy where I was. But I didn't give up. I dived deeper into the gifts that came with my incarnation cross, the shadows. And I started to analyze how I live my life, the choices that I make, why I love certain things, why I feel an urge to do certain things, and it started to make a lot more sense. So just to give you a small explanation, my incarnation cross has my strongest gift is being innovative. But it also means that every start is difficult. And I've noticed about myself that I really, really love starting new projects, starting something new, learn whatever there is to learn about it, make it better, make it more performing, and then move on to something else. And I've always hated this aspect about myself because I'm not one to finish projects. I want to start them. I want to learn them and get them going and then pull myself out of it. And I thought that that was so useless. But over time, I've learned that I'm actually someone who takes measured risks. It is hard on me, and the first step is always the hardest, but I make it easier for the people around me to go through hardships, to go through change. I basically bring harmony in their life, which is my second gift. But there is this driving force, this thing that makes me radiate health, that keeps it going. And that is my desire, my wish to try something new, to try out new things. And the deepest purpose of all in that is to find leadership in that, is to be, is to find leadership in starting new projects. And I know it may sound crazy, but when I look at the course of my life, that is basically what I do. I help people go through difficult changes because I know how to go through difficult changes, because I crave difficult changes somehow. It always makes me feel like I'm a little bit wobbly, but I always take the first step and then I help people get through it. So that is how I live my truest purpose. How about you? How do you live your purpose? How do you know that this is meaningful to you? How do you know that this offers you fulfillment, whatever you are doing? And if you are not doing what you want to do, why is that? Why are you not doing what you want? How come you don't know what you want? How come you don't dare to go after what you want? Let's open up this conversation. I'll help you get through it. Just share with me below in the comments or contact me, DM me on Instagram, and we can have this conversation. I'm here to help you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one with the next question of the week. See you then. Bye.